Are you kidding me? Hey guys, welcome back. So this is part 6 of our Ark Adventures with Hawk and Cherry, and we have Palamine here. So this video is going to be about breeding. So we finally got our dragon. You see Static, he's changed the name. You see it in the previous videos when we first got the dragon. He is in love with that dragon, but enough with the dragon. Let's get on with the breeding. So I have been breeding pterodons, and it turned out so cute. It's pink, and as you see, it's a 117. Not bad, not bad. So when I first, hatched it and everything, I was really excited because it came out pink. So I was like, oh my goodness, we have to hatch another one. So we had another egg, and I'm like, okay, I'm going to start incubating it because the incubation does take some time. And here we are. We're incubating the egg. And what I did is I put some torches and lit them up in our breeding barn. We do have an AC unit. At this time, we just have one AC unit. So it's not, extremely the best, environment for hatching eggs right now, but it does work. So I have to watch it and see if it gets hot or cold. And I, already discussed, the egg incubation where they get hot and they get cold, and you have to, pick them up, put them in a refrigerator. You can put them in a refrigerator or a preserving bin. I prefer a refrigerator because I feel safer with everything in refrigerators instead of the preserving bins. So that's what I do when I have something to do in real life and I can't sit here and watch this egg. I will pick it up and throw it in the refrigerator, come back and just baby the egg around until I can get it incubated down to the hatching time. And I'm giving you a little bit of an idea of how long, I'm not going to sit here and make you watch the full incubation, but you can sit here and see we're down into the nitty gritty. We're at 2.5%, and it still takes forever to get down to that 0%. So we're just sitting here waiting for that baby. Well, anyway, while we're sitting here waiting, I want to go over what I do to hatch my eggs. I have usually a couple females, then I have one, maybe two males of the pterodons, and I will breed the heck out of them and just accumulate the eggs and save the eggs, fertilize eggs. And this one here I did not incubate, with a big bunch of eggs, but normally I'll throw all my fertilized eggs down into one area and just incubate them at once. So it does, help to eliminate that time factor. But the main thing is that I'm scared to do right now is actually hatch them all at once. Because I've seen some videos where people is run around and they've hatched them all and they're all, opening at the same time. Oh my goodness. I about have an anxiety attack every time I hatch an egg because I'm scared I'm not going to imprint on just one, or when I do have twins or something. So I haven't got up to that point yet, but hopefully eventually I'll get enough balls to be okay, we're hatching all three at the same time. So we're just gonna say that for the time being, one egg is enough for me. I never did think though that when I first started breeding that I would actually want to have more than one baby at a time. I have found it to be very, it's easier to hatch more babies at one time than just to have one, because what I do is I have berry eaters, I'll hatch a berry eater and then I'll hatch a meat eater. So then I have a mixture of not, all of it eating all the meat, all of it eating all the berries, and so forth. So that would be a good, when you're starting out breeding and you want to try to do that. And as you see, we're getting down. We're at what does that say? 0.4%. And you can see it takes some time. We're still waiting for that baby just to be born. 0.2. It's almost there. And I do already have meat on me, so you want to make sure you're prepared when the baby gets ready to hatch to have meat or berries, whichever one it prefers to eat, on you. So as soon as it hatches, you can start feeding it right then and there. And there it is. Look how cute. And you see I'm imprinting on it. And like I said, I've already had the meat on me ready. Of course, I click the hat instead of the meat. I start putting meat on it. They do eat on their own. Sometimes you do have to force feed them if they're not eating on their own. You will have to force feed them until they start eating on their own. I have learned that, but I haven't really had that problem. I don't know, don't quote me, if that works with high levels, and then the lower levels you have to force feed. I do not know, but I have noticed that when I done low levels, I did have to force feed them more than I would the regular high levels. And this is what you do the entire time until it gets out of baby stage. You just sit here and feed it. I'm grabbing meat, more meat to have on me. Wait, what's going on? Little sucker wasn't eating? Or maybe I was gonna need berries for myself. As you've seen, the baby has grown up now at this point a little bit, so it can hold meat enough for me to, not be on it, every second. So I'm actually out imprinting it now and taking it for a little walk. And here it is again, and it's waiting for care. So I'm getting ready to do my second imprinting. And it wants to go on another walk. And look how easy that was. Sometimes it's not that easy. You have to actually walk them. I have heard that it's like when they want to walk, they want to, sometimes when you can't get them to imprint on walking, that you have to walk them like 10 foundations in a straight line. I can't, sit there and say that's for sure how it is, because I don't want to be quoted on that. But I've had some really easy imprintings on walking, that I've had some struggles with the, imprinting on it. There's Hawk. He's like, oh my goodness, all this breeding's driving me crazy. No, okay. So this is a Thyla that he had brought me. He had brought home for me. I was so excited to have one of these. These are normally found in the redwoods, and they hang up on the trees. So I'm placing my Thyla. I have a lot now. He brings, like when I get into my breeding, he like brings me new pets home. I just had made kibble so I could imprint. I'm running up there to give the little baby its food. And just as a reminder, you want to always put the kibble in the last slot on your bar, and then just hit Y to feed it to it. Okay, now these, I'm not even going to begin to pronounce the names of these, but the giant apes on here, this is the easiest way to tame them. They are a passive tame, so you have to, follow them around and feed them mayho berries or berries every time that, that it says that they are hungry so that you can tame them. Well, I built a trap house and I got it stuck in here. And when I done that, all I had to do is crouch down and stay behind it and just passive tame it that way. And it's the easiest way to passive tame those apes. So you might want to try that if you're having a hard time, training them. My little baby's getting bigger now. Look at it. It's so gorgeous. I'm in love with the color that it turned out this time. As you see, this walking on this imprint's a lot longer than the first imprinting where I just clicked it and it was already imprinted. So it's kibble time again. I do recommend, if you are going to be making a lot of kibble and stuff, have your water next to you so that you don't have to run everywhere just to, bring the water back, because it does take one water for one kibble. And it's another 3 hours for the next imprinting. Now this is not 3 hours in the game, it's actually 3 real life hours. So this game is very time consuming if you're not familiar with Ark and the breeding. And when you do sign off, they still eat and still need care. So just because you signed off does not mean that you can't lose your baby, because it will die.